You're commuting home with Katz and Cosby. Now, here's John Catsimatidis and Rita Cosby on 77 WABC.
And now, you guys, let's go to Ty McCoy. He was the former Assistant Secretary of the Air Force. Ty, let's get to you because this is really interesting. You have some sort of inside scoop about what happened when Iran just had that barrage of missiles on Israel. Kind of give us the lowdown. There may be more than many in the public know. You've always some good stuff.
Well, it's great to be on the show with you, Rita and Katz and your team there. The attack by the Iranians, which I think they tried to calculate would not spawn a huge counterattack by the Israelis with about 180 ballistic missiles, some of which were this newer hypersonic Fateh missile, which they've developed with the help of the Russians. And they hit a number of targets, some as far as deep into Israel as Tel Aviv. And they hit a couple of air bases, one where we know the Israelis had their very advanced U.S. fighters that we sold them, the F-35, which is like a flying, data center and sensor platform, as well as can deliver weapons. And the Iranians put out statements that they had destroyed, 20 F-35s at this Nevatom air base. But the Israelis denied it. The pictures from overhead imagery show that some hangars and some administrative buildings were hit, but it does not show that any fighters were damaged, unless a few fighters were in some of the above ground maintenance facilities and hangars, which I doubt very much. The Israelis, knowing that they had attacked both Hezbollah and attacked the axis of evil, they know there was going to be a counterattack coming back. So I'm sure they wouldn't have left these fighters sitting wingtip to wingtip out in the open, as occurred in the Six-Day War in 1973, where they almost had their entire Air Force wiped out. So I think the Israelis.
Yeah. So what was behind it? What is it? What's fact and fiction, Ty? Because it's interesting. Because now, obviously, the Iranians are saying it. Israelis are denying it. Is it true or not? Or did they have decoys there? Maybe.
Well, it doesn't look from the overhead imagery that there were decoys. They could have had some, and they may very well have them, just as the Iranians do, and other military forces have used decoys and camouflage and things like that. But as far as the initial readings from sources here in Washington, overhead photography that is both commercial and military, there was no, big destruction of F-35s. Maybe there was one or two somewhere, but does not show up any destruction on that air base from overhead photography, which was pretty precise, very high. Capability. And so I think that the Iranians are feeding that to the world, trying to get a psychological advantage, trying to make out to their own people that, we hurt the Israelis very bad. We hurt their big, famous, tough F-35 force. We're big and strong over here.
Right, their PR campaign. Ty, hold on one sec. We have Governor Patterson has a question.
So, Ty, Iran never tells the truth, but if there was that type of attack in Tel Aviv, why would the Israelis want to cover it up, or why don't we know something about it?
Well, in case of the attacks in other parts of Israel, and a number of the ballistic missiles got through. More of the ballistic missiles in this attack got through in the attack, 3 or 4 months ago when there was a major Iranian attack. And the Israelis are, not covering up per se or denying that there were attacks. And their video of attacks that where rockets fell in Tel Aviv, there's pictures on social media of kids standing on rockets that fell and so forth. So they understand that they have to have the credibility with the world, but they are also wanting probably to show that there's two sides of this thing, where the Israelis want to show that they are injured enough with attacks on their homeland, including their capital, that it justifies them making another attack directly on Iran, because they haven't attacked Iran yet.
Yep, understood. Hey, Ty, thank you very much. Really powerful. Just interesting, the whole sort of PR spin behind all of this. Ty, thank you so much. The former Assistant Secretary of the Air Force. Great to have you, and you always have such good intel. Thank you so much, Ty.
It's great to be with you. Thank you. You'll have a great continuing show.
Janine Pirro here for Colonial Metals Group. Colonial Metals Group helps Americans protect their future with the most trusted store of wealth in human history, physical gold and silver. If you're retiring or retired, go to colonialmetalsgroup.com/Pirro for your free Janine Pirro Colonial Metals Group Retirement Protection Kit, or call 800-965-8004. 800-965-8004 now to receive a free home safe and up to $7,500 in free silver.